All right, let me just kind of jump back here. And I gave this lecture before, but obviously the last time I was looking at this, I was working with the gentleman in the back who's not here yet, and we were having trouble getting it there. What you should have gotten thus far, and what did I do? These cables are very sensitive. Up to this point, in memory location 8, I should have 57. Memory location 9, I should have F5. In memory location A, I should have A5, B, 0B, right there. Memory location C, A5. Memory location D, B8. Memory location E, 4E. And memory location F, 48, right there. So you should have that part working at this point right there. If not, you need to get that point right there. So these two numbers are the result of A7 times 78. These two numbers are the result of can't remember here. It should be 78 times F9. F9. These two numbers should be FD times A7. I could have these two reversed. It doesn't matter if I do or not, right there. And then this last one should be 59 times FD, right there. So those are so you should have done those 4 multiplications thus far and stored those in memory locations 8 through F, right there. And if you have not got that done, I did that in a previous lecture that's been posted, so there. I'm not going to review that. Now let's just get into the adding up, right there. So we want our results to be, as I recall, this is going to be R0, R1, R2, R3. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So R3 is easy. R3 is easy, and I don't know an easy way of doing this other than just write the code and we'll have to piece it together later. Matter of fact, there is an easier way of doing it. Right there, let's just right there. I'm just going to put it right here, there. I'm not going to save this, but all we have to do is move memory to R3, memory location F, 0x0F, right there. So that takes care of moving the 48 to memory to R3 right there. That one we don't have to do an add. But now what we need to do is we need to, at this point, we can use location F if we need to, but I'm just going to go ahead and use R7 as my temporary place to hold that there. So I need to add memory locations. So step 1 is just simply to move to R3 memory location 0x 0F right there. We just simply move that there. Now we need to add, and I'm just going to put a semicolon, add memory locations, and we want to add memory locations E, D, and B right there. These are the 3 memory locations we need to add right there. So we want to add E, D, and B right there. And the order in which you do this with doesn't really matter. So the first 2 is easy. We just simply do a move to A, 0x, 0e, and add to A, 0x, 0d right there. So that part's fairly straightforward. Now we need to do the next 2, we need to do an add with carry right there. So we need to do an add with carry. add with carry to A0X0B. Now we need to store this this carry. We need to store this because this needs to be that there. At this point, we can go ahead and move excuse me, I got that the reverse direction. Move to R2A right there. Because at this point, we should have 22 there. Now the next question is, do we add a 1 there? Right there. So is there that there? So the easiest way to do that is to move a 1 to R7. That there. And what you can always do is jump, no carry, do not, or I'm just going to put NC for no carry 1 right there. And then do a move to R7 0X01 right there. Right there. And we do a jump. Okay, I went ahead and started that there, so I'll get this posted as soon as I'm done here up there, so you can go to the beginning. So we've got half of it done right there. We've got these two, but now we need to do the next one. We have to worry about the carry from here. This one we didn't have to worry about carry because we didn't do any adds for the most right column. But here we're adding 3 numbers right there, so we have to worry about the carry. So here we move it at there. I'm going to do a jump C1 right there, and then I'm going to put my label NC1 colon move to R7 0X00, put a number sign in front of that there. So now R7 now contains the carry right there, if there is a 1. So I'm just going to do a move to R7 right there. And I'm going to put before I do that, let me put a comment here, right there. Now we want to add the next 3 digits right there. And our next 3 is CA and 9. Add CA CA. And I think my batteries are going quicker. C, A, and 9. So we need to add those 3 together. We have to keep in track the carry, so I'm just going to move to A, R7. So A is going to contain either a 0 or a 1 at that point. Right there. And then we're going to add 2A with a carry. We have to worry about whether there's a carry here. Right there. So add with a, actually we don't have to worry about the carry at this point. Not there, because we've taken care of the carry by the R7. We just move to add a C right there. Then we add to a 0X0A right there. Now we have to worry about whether or not there's carry. We need to store our carry again in R7 right there. So now we do our add. We repeat the same process right there. So here we're going to move, and you should be following the logic because of what's going on here is we're having to add these up right there. So we've added C and A, and next one we're going to add is 9, memory location 9. So we're going to do a add with carry A and 9 right there. Actually, we can't do that because that carry flag, if there's a carry out, we need to store that there. So let's worry about if there's a carry. So we do a jump, no carry, and I'm going to call NC2 right there. And we move to R7 0x01 right there. We do a jump carry 2. We're just repeating the same process, only it gets a little bit more complicated. I'm not sure if this is going to work. We'll test it later here, right there. So we do a jump carry 2 right there, and here we do a move to R7, and I think it's because my hands are, I'm trying to remember where I saw it. I think I had to go to Harvey Norman's to find the 4A batteries. They don't sell them very many places here. 4A is an unusual size battery right there. Move to R7 0 $, 0x01. All right. So we've stored that carry right there. Now we go ahead and we add to A 0x09 right there, 0x09 right here, and then we have to worry about the carry again right there. And actually we need to do we need to put our labels in NC2 and C2 right there. So we have to put our labels in. So if there is no carry, we jump down to here, and we move a 0, and here we just skip that line out there. So we have to deal with the fact that there's a carry. So we've got that there. Now we have to worry about if there's a carry on the second add. You know, so and it's totally possible that if we add FFF, let's say our worst case here is programmer, and we're going to take hex. We're going to add FF plus FF plus FF. Where's my equal key? Where's my equal key? See, we could have possibly 2 carries where we could have to carry a 2 instead of just a 1. So, and we didn't really deal with that with the other one either. So it is possible, and that's where we could run into some mistakes. So actually, as we go through and we look at this right here, if we look at the first one, it's possible that may not be right. So at there, and again, my goal is not to write this for you, but to kind of show you where you need to go. But we have to deal with the fact that here, if we add memory location here, we have a carry that we take care of here. And we add this one here with a carry, but that may not be good enough right there. So I'm thinking that we have to replace in this code here what I'm about ready to write here. So this code is not right. And again, my goal is not to write this for you, but to kind of show you what's going on here. Because the way you learn it is you sit here and, you know, I'm sorry, but I have no hair left because I pulled my hair out solving problems like this. So you folks will have to figure out how to pull your hair out. You know, don't pull it all out, but struggle through this. But you know, it's totally possible that this would generate a bug if you had 2 carries up there. So let me deal with the situation here. I've dealt with 1 carry from the first add right there. But now what we have to do here is we now add this here, and now we have to look at whether there's a carry on the second one right there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move to R6A. I just need to store that someplace right there, because I need to do another add right there. And what I can do here at this point is I can jump no carry. Actually, I can do that beforehand. Jump no carry to no carry 3 right there. So what we want to do is we want to jump over. If there's no carry, we don't have to do anything. But if there is a carry, then we need to move to R6A. We need to store A someplace, right there. And then we need to move to A R7, right there. And then we need to add to A immediate 0x01 right there, and move A back to R7 right there. So what we're doing is, if there was a carry on the first add, we're moving that R7 to A and we're adding another one to it right there. So if there's no carry, we don't need to do anything else there. So at this point there, we're done here. We should simply move R6 or back to A R6 right there. Right there. We just move R6 back to A. Right there. Actually, I'm not sure if we need to do that there. Let me look at this right here. We're going to add C. So we add C, we add A, we did our jump. Actually, at this point, we could just simply move A. Here we're moving A to R6. We could actually just go ahead and store A in R1 right there. We're done with it. We're actually done. We've done our 3 adds. We're just dealing with our second carry is what we're doing. So we just go ahead and move that to R1 right here. Got there. Move. This is no carry 2 right there. You know what? Might be easier. Right there. Okay, yeah, we can just go ahead and move R6 back to straight to R1 at this point right here. R1. Or we can move back to A, yeah. Either one is fine. Again, as you can see, as we write this program, there's more than one way to write it right there. So, all right, let's go back here. We're moving A, we're moving our previous carry, which we said could have a problem right there. And we're moving that there, we're adding A to it, and we're adding B right there. Now, there could be a problem here too, and you can see where this can get very complicated, is what if the result is FF and I add the carry to it, and you know, that there I add C and A together and I get FF, and then I add the carry. Now I have a carry out there. So, well, I've dealt with the carry there. But right here I don't deal with the carry right here. There could be a carry here at this point. See, this carry, every place there's a carry, we have to deal with incrementing R7 right there. So at this point here, we have to look for a carry here. Right there. You got to look for a carry there as well. Right there. And every time we do an add, we have to look for a carry. Because the problem is that the carry gets moved to the previous column. So if I have a carry here and this is FF, or we're doing, you got to see first, if this is FF, we have a carry out there at that point. So we have to look for the carry. So every place you do an add, you have to look for a carry. If I add these two, I have to look for a carry. And then when I add this one to it, I have to look for the carry again. So I'm kind of hinting at the code, but it's not right. The code is not correct. Don't use my code. That's there. But anytime I have a carry, I have to do an add, I have to worry about a carry. Now you could write a subroutine to check for carry. Right there. Call sub and check for carry and increment R7 there. And that may be the easiest thing. I haven't covered subroutines yet. That'll be the next subject right there after we come back right there. So I'm going to kind of leave you with this here. I really gave you, probably confused you more than I helped you here, other than pointing out where the problems are And the problem is, I'm going to add three numbers here. In other words, I got XX, 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 and then I'm going to do XX, XX, XX. Well, let me just right there. Okay, I've got three adds here. Not there. When I add 4E plus B8, there may or may not be a carry out. If there's a carry out, I need to put a 1 in R7. Then I'm going to turn it right around and I'm going to add this result equals XX, XX plus 0B. If there's another carry, we need to put another 1 in R7. So R7 can contain 0, 1, or 2. That was the mistake that I just gave you right there. Next, we're going to take R7 and we're going to add 29 to that. Again, if there's a carry, we're going to put a 1 in R7. Then we're going to take that result, YY, and add a 5 to it. If there's another carry, if there's a carry, we want to take R7 and increment it by 1, right there. And then we're going to take ZZ plus equals ZZ, right there, plus 0B, right there, right, or no, excuse me, F5 equals AA, we don't care what that there. And if there's a carry, we also need to increment R7 again. So again, R7 will contain 0, 1, 2, that there. If there's no carry here, we want to put R7 equals 0 right there. We want to move a 0 to R7 right there. So we can't, so this first one we have to look at R7. If there's a carry out, we put a 1 in R7. If there's not a carry, we put a 0 in R7. Next one, we add the two numbers. If there's a carry, we increment R7. If no carry, we don't do anything with R7. We leave it alone. We add our third number. Again, if there's a carry, we increment R7. If there's no carry, we don't increment R7. So your assignment is to figure out how to implement that. Then the last thing you want to do is you want to add R7 plus R5-7 in this case right there. So, and again, these are memory locations. This is 29. These are all memory locations right there. So, I could sit here and shut off that there, and I could probably write this in like 10 minutes if I'm not trying to explain what's going on. I expect you in the next hour and a half to kind of figure out how to do this right there. And what you don't have done in the next hour and a half, write up. In other words, write up as far as you've got it. I'm going to call this lab done at this point. And if you don't finish the lab, don't expect to get 0 points for it. You expect to write up what you've got, explain what you were trying to do, and how far you've gotten, what works and what doesn't work, right there. Not all labs get finished, that there. And I could sit here and finish it for you, but I don't think that's, from an educational standpoint, that's not as valuable as you struggling with this. I want you to struggle with it. I want you to kind of, that there. And I know in your other classes, some instructors make you struggle, right? That there. So my goal here is to let you struggle with this there. And I'm going to kind of stop at this point, that there. But again, the bottom line is we have to add these numbers together, and we have to look for a carry after every add. If there's a carry on the first add in a column of numbers, we move a 0 to R7. If there's not, or if there is a carry, we move a 1. If there's no carry, we move a 0 right there. So we're going to add, let me just kind of summarize it again right here. right there. Let me just summarize it one more time. I keep doing this. Now remember that we've got this in memory locations 8, 9, A, B, C, D. I missed one. This is 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, and F. So our steps are location 0x, 0f gets moved directly to R3. We don't have to do any add to that, right? Then we need to add memory locations E, D, and B, right? So we add, and I'm just going to write the code to do this one here, but it's not going to be right. You know, this is a comment here. We're going to move to AE. We're going to add, and this is 0x, 0E right there. We're going to add to A 0x, 0D, and then I'm going to put in there check carry. No carry, 0 goes to R7. Carry, 1 goes to R7. So that's the logic you need to follow right there. So then turn right around and add. So you have to generate the code for that right there. Add to A 0x 0b check carry. No carry, do nothing. Right there. Carry R7 plus plus. Add 1 to R7 right there. Right there. So again, you have to write the code for that. That there. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to add memory locations C, A, and 9. C, A, and 9 right there. First thing we do, and I'm going to put an R7 in the front of that right there. So we have to do 4 adds in this case because we have to take the carries from the first 3 adds that there and deal with that there. So first thing we need to do is move to A R7 right there. Add to A 0x 0c check carry. Right there again, you have to write this code. Again, if there's no carry, 0 goes into R7. If there's a carry, right there, 1 goes to R7. Right there. So then we turn right around and we add to A 0x 0b, right, or 0, there's A, excuse me, A, right there. Again, we do a check carry. No carry, do nothing. Carry R7 plus plus right there. Add to A 0x 9 check carry. No carry, do nothing. Carry R7 plus plus right there. Right there. Now we move to R, and I skipped something here. Going back to here, I didn't store this after the last one here. We need to add, move to R3A right there. In other words, we need to store the result. we did all the adding, but we didn't store the result. So here we move to R2A. In other words, right there. Again, now we're going to do our next add. And I'm just going to put comment add R7 in memory location 8 right there. So we just move to a R7, add to a memory location 08 right there. Again, what we're going to do here at this point right there, as we look at this right here, we don't show if there is a possibility that there could be, no, actually there's not. FF times FF is, what is FF times FF? Yeah, F01, FE01, yeah, so you can't have a carry out right there. Right there. So, okay. Okay, so at this point right here, we just simply add 08 and then move to R0A right there. So the key thing here, and let me copy that, and let me print WPDF copies, and I only want to print this one page. No, it'd be easier to put Word. I want to print this up so that I want to print this so that okay, it's 2 pages right there. Oh, no internet. And I'm just going to call it Lab 2. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop this right here, and I'm going to post that